Well, hi everybody. How you doing tonight? Crazy lady's back. She's back. I wanted to thank everybody for your beautiful comments that you left this last week. I'm sure they helped fill me up. I felt a lot better this week, and I feel like a lot of it was just good energy coming towards me from the wonderful people that watch my videos. I think a lot of my not having much energy is just pure boredom and maybe a little bit of depression. I'm not used to dealing with depression, so it's hard. It's been a crazy world the last 3 or 4 years. It's hard not to let it get you down no matter who you are every once in a while. But anyway, and of course watching way too much politics. I always tell myself before I get out of bed, I say my attitude of gratitude prayer and thank God for all my family and thank God for all their health. Thank God that I woke up, that I made it through the night. And then I tell myself, now when you get out of bed, you're not going to turn the TV on. You're going to go do other things and it lasts about 5 minutes because as soon as I get up and start taking my morning medications and stuff, I think, well, I wonder what if I missed something. And I'm sure this too will pass. I am where I am. It is what it is, and that's okay. Or it is what it is, and I am where I am, and that's okay. So I have to quit beating myself up for not coming up to a lot of the standards I'd like for me to come up to. And I'm sure all the rest of you feel that way too, you know. Sure, I'm not the only one, and I've had more people. Of course, I do readings for a lot of older people, and so many of them are like at a crossroads in their life, or not a crossroads, but a place in their life where they've retired, and now they want to know where to put their energy. And I have to be honest, I don't know what to tell them. I'd like to put my energy into some things, but I just don't feel good enough. I mean, I can go to a movie and back, or I can go, to dinner with my family or something, but I don't feel good enough to go out and spend the whole day like walking around or something like that. I don't have the energy or the strength. And it could be because, when you get older and you have a failing heart, you don't have the strength you used to have. But, I mean, I walked for 20 minutes this evening as soon as the sun went down, but just walking for 20 minutes once a day isn't enough. I need to do more. But anyway, I'm going to quit. What I'm trying to say is I wish I had a magic answer to tell everybody what direction to go and how to go. Although the people I've read for, it'll sound like I'm bragging, but they all get back with me. I mean, sometimes within an hour, sometimes the next day or the next day, telling me how happy they were with my readings. And that makes me feel good. That makes me feel like I'm not wasting my time and that I've really helped, And of course, I love doing them too. And while I'm talking about it, if you want a personal reading, it's Lynn Thompson. No, it's not Lynn Thompson. Excuse me. That's my other email. If you want a personal reading, it's LynnTarotReadings@gmail.com. Lynn Tarot Readings, that's readings with an S, @gmail.com. And make sure and put your phone number in there so I can get back to you. And I was busy all last week and I caught up. I'm not going way far ahead of time because I want to make sure that I have whatever. That's the way I like to do it, like a week at a time. So I've got openings all week at 2 p.m. Pacific time. And if somebody's interested, email me and put your phone number in there. Or if it's somebody I've read for before, just send me a text message and we'll set you up with an appointment. So anyway, I didn't know what to read on. Used to try to figure out what to come up with because it didn't seem like there was that much. A lot of dramatic stuff going on, but not that much. And now there's so much stuff that it's like trying to sift through the trash can almost. But I did notice tonight they came out, or at least on Midas Touch, came out with some names that they thought that Fannie Willis had either said or hinted that there might be 11 people besides Trump that's going to be indicted in Georgia. And they had some names for some of them. So I think I'll just try reading on those names and see what comes up. In fact, some of them they had was pretty interesting. I think they even had old Lindsey Graham in there. He wasn't on the first of the list. I mean, he was they weren't sure he would be in there, but he was included in there. So, also, I can't believe how they're trying to, how horrible Trump is, how he's trying to be talking about Fannie Willis like he is, just total lies, nothing to back him up, no proof or nothing. People are saying hearsay. It's just, it ought to be against the law to do that to anybody, and especially for an ex-president to do that to anybody. He ought to be took out and strung up by his toes. And I'm being nice when I say toes. Maybe his nose. And for entertainment only, YouTube. I'm not suggesting anybody hurt Trump. That's the last thing we need. The very last thing this nation needs is Trump made a martyr right now. It's all right to put him in jail. To me, that's just showing the United States and the rest of the world we do believe in justice. But we don't want anything to happen to him. So that's for sure. Love my cards since they're so much easier to shuffle since I put the cornstarch on them. Still amazed at that. So we know that Fannie Willis is inviting, well, maybe inviting him to jail, indicting Trump. But let's see who else she might be indicting. Let's see if she's indicting Mark Meadows. So we figure he's going to be a witness for Jack Smith on the other deal, but is Fannie Willis, is he going to be a witness for her, or is she going to indict him? So let's start with Mark Meadows. And I've moved my pencils out of the way. I like to have my yellow pencil here so I can mark this stuff out. So I'm back now. Let's start. So we're going to start with Mark Meadows and see if he's going to be one of them indicted. I think I'm going to do one line for witness, one line for indictment. He might be her witness too. Who knows? If he's turning, he may be turning on all of them. So let's start with Mark Meadows. I think I'm just going to do 2 lines down. I'm going to do one for star witness or one for being indicted. Star witness on the left, indicted on the right. Star witness on the left, indicted on the right. I was going to do this early today, and it's just almost midnight. God. No such thing as me. This is doing things early in the morning. That's when I do my best work. I always have. Okay, Mark Meadows. Wow, King of Swords for the witness. It almost looks like you're dealing with the prosecutors. The Emperor. And a yes card. So what did I say? I said a witness on the left and indicted on the right. I think he's a witness. We got the King of Swords, the Emperor, and yes. So I'm not going to draw any for the other side. Maybe I could. It probably just confused me, but that's what we got for being a witness. That's like the law, big government, and yes. So I would say that's a yes, but I'm going to go ahead and draw them for the other side. Okay, we asked if he was going to be indicted, and this is like, no, I feel this is fitting right in. No, he made a deal. Maybe if he is indicted, it's not with the Biden administration or whatever, with the government, the law, the law in charge, wherever he's at. I realize that they're not in charge of Georgia. To reveal secrets. He may not tell them all, but he's going to tell a lot. So he might be almost like the star witness. He may not get totally out of all prosecution from this, but it looks like he's going to curve years and years off his sentence. So I'm saying that he's going to be a witness for the prosecutors. That's what these cards look like, even in Georgia. And so, anyway, it'd be interesting to see if it turns out that way. My chair's squeaking. Can y'all hear that? They were really cheap chairs, and I've had them a couple of years, and it's probably time to get them more comfortable when they're not very comfortable. But anyway, it's a lot more comfortable than what I had before. So, let's see. We got Giuliani. We know he's getting indicted. But let's see. Will he be wanting to get indicted? If Mark Meadows is one of their witnesses, they won't need Giuliani. They'll just bury him under all this stuff. They got a bunch of stuff on him. So is Giuliani getting indicted? Is Rootin' Rudy getting invited? Invited to get indicted. I know everybody's been pretty quiet the last couple of weeks. Some of these people that were doing all the talking, if you noticed that. So let's see what Rudy's doing. Trying to make deals with the devil, it might be a little late. This is in the past. He might have been trying to. Wow. I know they said there's 11 of them. Here we got an 8. Just wham, 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 wham. This is 8 different people getting invited. And I'm sure Rudy's one of them. And this is a challenge, and everybody knows that he can't keep his mouth shut. I mean, he's going to have to. He can't just take the fifth on everything, but this is his challenge, is how much is he going to tell. I think as much as they want him to by this time. Because this is Bonnie Willis. Yeah. He'll tell them whatever they want him to, that's for sure. It's because here's the angel of love and mercy hanging around, and it's hanging around Bonnie Willis. It's not hanging around him. So, yeah, definitely Rudy Giuliani is one of them that's going to get indicted out of at least 8. And maybe 2 more, maybe 10. He's going to try to fight this bleeding stuff out of his mouth where he can tell on people, but he's going to end up, yeah. They got the goods on him already. They know everything that he has to say. And they've got justice and angels finally on the side of the people. It's time that this stuff came to the surface. Before we all have PSTD so bad that we can't even function. And of course, there's a lot of people that don't even worry about this. They don't even know what's going on. Not interested in politics, never paid any attention, even if they're citizens here and they may not have been born here, but came over here. Whatever. I have a lady that does my nails and stuff, and I was talking to her about politics today, and she has no clue what's going on. And I know she's a citizen, and I know she's got, her kids are in college, a couple of them, and she's got, a reason to really want America to stay a democracy. But anyway, I don't know what she had to learn to pass her citizenship test, but whatever it was, she didn't take our government serious enough to try to figure out what's going on. I'm not putting her down. I love the lady. I'm just saying that I wonder how many other thousands are out there like her. They, like the Republicans, push the big deal that we want the immigrants over here because they're all going to be a Democrat. They don't even, most of them that come over here from Mexico or anywhere else, they don't even get right into our voting system. They don't, and maybe the rich white ones do, but the ones that come over and just worrying about feeding their family and getting a job and stuff, the last thing they're worrying about is our politics. So anyway, that's pretty ridiculous. And the next one is Sidney Powell. She's a fool, and she's going down up the river. That's what it looks like. Like she's going to jail. Anyway, that's where I cut him at. Let's see what comes up when we pull some cards on her. So Sidney Powell. You little princess, you. What are you doing? Don't you wonder where some of these people's heads had to be at? They were probably making fairly good money. If they had a law practice or could actually do the law, they weren't destitute like so many people I know that live from paycheck to paycheck, and yet they get involved in this stuff and to the point that they carry it to treason for entertainment only, YouTube. But you just you wonder where their head's at, what they're thinking about. I guess it's just power. It's like being close to the presidency, I guess. Out of all the things I ever wanted in this lifetime, being close to the presidency was never on my list of things I'd like to do. Even though I really thought Obama was, at the time, was the cat's meow. But he was way too far right for me, and he's still too far right for me. But anyway, at least he was a lot better president than anybody was a better president than Trump. I was going to say Trump. That's not non-negotiable. Okay, let's do Sidney Powell. I guess is the one I was going to do now. That's what I was thinking about when I was shuffling the cards. Yeah, she just rushed in there. She wasn't even invited to start with. It looks like she just rushed in there, pushing her bullshit, trying to change America and the world. Her world's coming to a change. This is the present. This is her karmic. This is her karmic wheel coming back to bite her in the ass. So yeah, I would say her life is changing as she knows it. Here's the prosecutors. Yes, she's getting indicted. And then we got the family card. And this is probably indicted along with all the rest of Trump's cronies that were all the lawyers that weren't even good lawyers that were trying to get him into this, show him a way to pull this coup off, even though the other lawyers didn't want to be involved because they knew it was against the law. But that's what's going on there. She was just rushed in to get in that bunch of people. And yeah, she's going to definitely get indicted. Look, here's the yes card. Over all of the people she ran around with, I'd say. So here's her rushing in. Here's her karmic will running out of time. Here's the government coming after her. and all her cronies, and yes, she will be indicted. So that's what's going on there with her. Oh, the next one is Jenna Alice. Jenna Alice. I would love to see her indicted. I personally would like to see some of these people indicted that kept sticking their nose in there where they didn't have to, and doing all these news programs and spreading all this lies and discontent. So Jenna Alice, what's going on with Jenna Alice? Is she going to be indicted in this hodgepodge from Bonnie Willis from Georgia? Actions. Wasn't she kind of like Trump's mouthpiece for a while? She might have been a little closer to him than some of these other people. I don't mean Bonnie Willis, excuse me. I'm talking about Jenna Alice. These are commitments to other countries. Some of her stuff. She worked really hard, so she was right in the middle of this, working her ass off to try to push it through to keep him in power. There's no way she can back out of it. She came on too hot and too heavy and full of lies and stuff, so she's right in the middle of it. That's her challenge. She can't get out of it. And I think it's too late to talk. Here's, she's going to try to say, well, I'll just tell you things you don't know and give me some kind of a break. So here she's trying to get a deal. So this is Jenna Alice trying to get a deal with the prosecutors. I don't think it's going to work because we got the judgment card as a clarifier over her trying to get a deal. So yeah, they know that she's even had dealings with other countries places where she shouldn't have been involved, and she carried a lot of water for the Trump administration and all the Trump's lies and all trying to push this coup through. She just rushed in with all the rest of them without even thinking. And now that she knows she's there, she was trying to offer a little bit of information here to save her ass, but it's not going to do any good because we got the judgment card on top of it. So I don't know. When I made this list of people, I thought, is that many going to be in there? And then here comes my favorite one. God, I want to see this guy indicted so bad. Let's hope his cards go as like everybody else's. Let me stick all these back in here and shuffle them again. But how about Michael Flynn? What's going on with Michael Flynn? Everybody that I read for, they all want to know how he's still out there being such a traitor. And like I said, this is for fun and entertainment only, YouTube. But they all cannot figure out why he hasn't gotten right in the middle of this stuff. It just doesn't make any sense to them, and it doesn't make any sense to me either. From the get-go, I mean, I know Trump pardoned him, but he done enough things that they could have took him back in the military even and done some stuff to him, and the military was working like it should. I'm not sure the military is working like it should. They need to get Fox News out of the military bases as quick as they can. I can't believe that the government's still paying for that feed. They should be X'd off of all the cables that are going into the bases. People still would be able to buy it for their homes. We're not in Russia, but that way they would have to purchase it and pay for it. It wouldn't just be indoctrinated the minute you go in the service as part of your The only thing you got to do is sit around and watch stupid politics, and they got Fox News on there on all their bases. That's ridiculous. Got people on there trying to overthrow our government, and that's what the government's paying for. I mean, there's some things that don't make any sense that's going on. So this is Michael Flynn. Well, in the past, he was strong. Well, he was, what was he, a colonel or whatever in the military? In the present, this to me is like upside down like it is. That would be a traitor card. It's a traitor to the United States. He did it all for money. He's got money in accounts overseas. He's got money. It just brought hordes of money into him. He's got more money right now than he ever thought he'd have in his life, and more money put back in accounts and stuff. Whether he ever gets to spend it, money from overseas, money in overseas banks. But whatever he's been doing, it's going to get exposed. The outcome is it getting exposed and brought out into the open. Everybody's going to know what a traitor he is. This is a yes card, and this is America winning over. So this is Michael Flynn, back when he thought he was a tough guy, when he was a general. And then selling the United States out for money. And here's all the money. That was the challenge. It was just once you got a taste of it, he just wanted to keep going with that money and power. Working with nations overseas to sell our country out. It's all getting exposed, and America's going to come out the winner. So these are some pretty... Can't hardly argue with a lot of these cards. And there's main arcana. It's not like there's not main arcanas. There's 3 of them. 3 main arcanas out of 6 cards. So that's what's going on there. This list of names I got was from like Midas Touch, Popak, and them guys were talking about who they thought was going to get indicted. I thought, well, I'll just draw some cards on that and see what the card says. That so far, they agree with everybody they had on the list. So we got Flynn here. I don't know who D. Sanchez is, but before I read on any of those, I think he was just thrown in at the end. He wasn't even on the list, but they were saying maybe Lindsey Graham would get indicted. So he's more of a maybe. These other guys seem like a for sure thing to them, so this might be more of a challenge for the cards. So let's ask what old sweet Lindsey's going to do. Eye fluttering Lindsey. Flip flopping Lindsey. Lindsey. You see him flopping around like a fish, changing his mind every 5 minutes, which side he's on, which side he's not on. Just wanted to say the right thing and to everybody and be everybody's friend forever and ever. No matter how much he had to lie and cheat to do it and keep power. I shouldn't be judging him, so let's just see where he's going to be. Let's not judge any of these people, except it's hard not to judge Michael Flynn. It just, that kind of stuff tears me up. But let's see, Lindsey Graham, he's also hard not to judge. He's had his opportunities more than almost anybody that we'd ever know personally. So Lindsey Graham, yes. Just saying he should have been the first one to be indicted. Start right out with a yes card in the past. And in the past, this is also a strength card. So maybe back when in his McCain days and stuff, he had, felt powerful and strong. And then he got the foundation, the president, he feels, according to this, he might be one of the first ones to go to jail, or at least maybe get put on notice or held or not bailed out or something. I don't think he's going to be talking out of turn. If he knows he's really in trouble, if he's one of them that gets indicted, I think he'll keep his mouth shut and try to get a good lawyer. But there's something going on here that he's in the present where he's really close to going to jail from some of these places. Maybe it's from the other side. Maybe he was more, I don't think he was involved in January 6th. But anyway, not deep involved. He may have had an idea what was going on, but he wasn't deep involved in it. But anyway, there's some reason that he has more than one. I would say this is more than one chance to go to jail. So I think that some of this is from some of these other things going on. Maybe the electors or something, which is that's also going to be part of Bonnie's stuff. So here we have, this is Garland or Smith. That's the challenge. They already know everything he's done. Challenge is they have the information already. And then we got him making license plates. So he may not only get indicted, he may end up incarcerated. This sounds really far-fetched. But unless he's some kind of Spengali, it just might be wham bam, thank you, man. And he's already deeper than he ever imagined, and it's too late for him to run out. He's going to have to quit taking the fifth, and he can't leave. I wasn't going to pull this many cards on him, but it looks like he's even thought about leaving. If push comes to shove, we got a chariot here. I know it's the king of coins, but to me in this deck it's also a chariot card. And we got the Knight of Swords rushing in, so it looks like he might even try and be thinking of ways. Everybody's joking about Donald Trump leaving the United States. Maybe he's trying to figure out how to get out of the United States, or maybe he thinks he's going with him. Who knows? But it starts out with, at one time in the past, he was maybe stronger in his commitments and ideals on life. And now he is absolutely terrified of being in jail because he knows that his name's on some indictments. And he's worried about literally ended up in jail. And he thinks if he gets a smart enough lawyer, he can get out of it. But he's also thinks if he left the country, he might get out of it. Look at this. So anyway, yeah, it looks like he's going to be on somebody's list. I don't know about Bonnie Willis's, but he's definitely going to be on somebody's list. So who else was here? There was a D. Sanchez. I'm not sure who that is, but I know who Lynnwood is. Little MFer. Let's see if remember him and all his talking and all his bragging and all his. He sounded just like that pillow guy. He was so screwed up. So how about Lynnwood? He was right in the middle of this stuff. And I guess involved with those fake electors in Georgia is how he's connected. I'm not sure how he's connected to the Georgia case, but he was on their list. So let's read on Lynnwood and see where is he going to end up getting indicted. I feel like any of them that get indicted is more than likely going to end up in jail. I don't think they're getting out of this. She's got the goods on them. So Lynnwood. Doing a lot of talking, making a lot of bullshit promises to people. I can remember that on all the shows. He's definitely in this. This is the yes the hard way. They've got more information on him than they do some of the other ones for some reason. They got more intel on him than the other ones. And this would be yes for an indictment. This is the president. The challenge is the Ten of Swords, but it's upside down also. So are these swords falling out of his back, or is this swords he's putting in other people's backs? He's telling something. The challenge is how much does he tell on other people, I guess. It looks like he's telling whatever he can. And whatever he's got to say, I don't think it's going to help him. I think this is the USA winning. This is a win. This is a win-win situation. So this is him, what little power he did have. He never had much power. He was just a mouthpiece, lying lawyer. This is him. This is a yes card. They already know everything about him. This was upside down. This is Bonnie Willis, or her government, the law in Georgia going after him. It was upside down, but I'm going to turn it over so it doesn't get put back in the deck the wrong way. This is how much trouble he's in. And this is America winning, which means they've already got everything they need to put him under the jail, it looks like. So let me put these cards back in here and see who's next. It's the first time I pulled up cards upside down. I hope I didn't shuffle them the wrong way. I could have. Got them twisted in there some way. Maybe not. Maybe not. So we got a David Shaffer. Let's ask about this. Is it Kathy Latham or Latham or in Coffee, Georgia? Yeah, it's where she let the people into the election office and gave them some of the machines and stuff. I'm not sure how to pronounce. I can't read my own writing. It looks like I put Lathorn or Lethor. But her first name's Kathy, and we all seen the picture. She's a little white-headed lady that let all those people into the voting office, and that's where that I think Lynnwood left his calling card in there or something. He left so stupid he even left one of his cards on the desk when they were in there going through the voter ID information and all kinds of stuff. I mean, they could be in really deep, deep, deep trouble. And this is Kathy, and they're also in on those forged electors, and that's Kathy Latham, might be Latham, Kathy Latham, I think. So, and she was in charge of the Republican Party in Coffee County election board. So okay, so let's see, Kathy Latham. Kathy Latham. Are you on that list? Are you on Fonny's list? Are you getting indicted? Let me mark this out. I want to thank Mark Rhodes. He helped me tonight because I talked to him several hours ago, and he was giving me ideas on what to read on. Because anyway, he helped me come to a conclusion of what to read on. I always appreciate that. I'm so indecisive. So, Kathy Latham. Sweet little old gray-headed lady. White-headed lady, whatever. I don't think we need to go any further. Looks like this is a yes. She thought she was in control in the past. they made her an offer once a long, long time ago, and or either she's trying to make something's going on that still thinks maybe there's something she could wiggle her way out of here with, but it's not going to work because the challenge is justice. So she may think she's got an ace in the hole, but she doesn't, and it's going to show. I know they're going to start following the money on this stuff someday, but they're going to show there was money involved and her letting those people into that. I know she was all for it and all gung-ho, all those men and people. Well, but there some way money got exchanged. Something to do with money getting exchanged there. So well, yeah, money, maybe money for her family. Whatever it was, they're going to find out because there was a spy in her camp. So it looks like she's definitely, this is the yes, this is the not getting the deal she wants, this is her justice coming heavy on her, maybe even finding some money she took, some payment she took, and she's got somebody that's already told everybody what she's up to. So it's like her faith is already sealed. They already have all the goods on her. So, who else was on here? They had that guy from Cyber Ninja. He's the one that left his card in the room. I know that since he was in that office, I'm sure he'll be one of them. That he may not get indicted in the first bunch, but I feel like he's going to get indicted. And I feel like everybody's tired of hearing who might get indicted. And the other one that was on this list was a David Shaffer. David Shaffer. That was the guy that she let into the office. That was one of the election deniers, one of the lawyers, I think, that she let into the office, was this David Schaffner. So I don't know who he is, but we can pull 2 or 3 cards on him and see. So I want to thank everybody that's watching my channel and all the nice things you've done, and push the thumbs up. And if you're still watching, like I said, to me, this stuff, I've heard, maybe it's because I listen to politics all day long. It just gets so boring, and I think people know this. They don't want to hear the cards, but they're always thanking me for reading them, so that makes me feel good. So so this is David Schaffner or David Schaffer, and he was the head of something. So let's see. Cut the cards. Right to the High Priestess. He might have a lot of information that we haven't even heard of coming in through him. He might know more than we think he does. He got paid off. It was money with him, more so than power. He ain't sleeping now. He knows that he's in trouble. He's not. I feel bad. I can feel his energy even tonight. He's not sleeping. He realized he was a fool. That's the challenge. And he's wanting to talk. He's going to tell a lot. He's going to tell everything. He's even got some information that's going to make that maybe they don't even have already. Looks like he's going to be like the town crier. He's just going to, yeah, he's going to get indicted. Yeah, he's not sleeping. He's trying to figure out what to do about it. We got the fool. He realizes he was foolish. This is him running his mouth. And this is people being happy that wasn't expecting to be happy. So he might have some information that that even surprises the prosecutors once they get in there, and so he's going to get indicted when he gets indicted. So anyway, people, I just want to thank anybody that's still watching this, and I want to, thank all the people that's got readings with me, and don't forget to contact me if you'd like one. And I want to bless y'all, and all of you take a deep breath. It's going to get worse. The master asshole is doing everything he can to try to see how much hate and discontent. He's wanting people to go out and start committing violence for him, and that's another reason I would love to see him get locked up till his trial. And it can be done. Anyway, I want to sound gloomy and doomy. I should have read this earlier today. Although I feel better right now than I felt all day. I'm just a night person. It's 12:20 Sunday morning. Good morning. I don't know why, but my mind don't even start functioning until 2 or 3 hours after dark sometimes, no matter what time I got up. And I got up early today, so I thought I'd, come around quicker, but I didn't. So I want to thank any of you that's been watching this, and I want to bless you and just let you know to take a deep breath, If you can, even into 3 or 4, to the count of 3 or 4, and out to 4 or 5, 6, a long out, a couple of really deep breaths, so 3 or 4 every day, and that'll help calm everybody down. I know it helps calm me down. I know to deep breathe or to chant. If you like to chant, do some chanting, and just calm yourself down and still your mind, and start thinking of your family or friends or anything there is but politics, and just get away from it. Just take a vacation. I feel kind of stupid telling you guys to do that when I'm not doing it. But anyway, bless you all, and namaste.